Hello, everybody, and welcome to Abraham Lincoln High School for Game 2 of the week, Lincoln versus Midwood. We're coming at you live from Abraham Lincoln High School in Coney Island, but it's Midwood's home game. Their field is rained out. Our turf field is holding up just fine, so we'll play it here. Lincoln will be up at bat first. I'm Peter Andrus, bringing you the action with, of course, my trusty co-announcer, Adam Calgene.
Good afternoon, Peter. Here we are, live from 2800 Ocean Parkway, the best address in high school sports.
Oh, I like that.
We have a wonderful matchup today of two teams fighting for the division.
Yeah, both teams coming in 9-4 record. It is the last game of the regular season. They're both playoff bound, but who gets to say they won the division? This game's going to determine that.
All right, let's see what the Railsplitters have in store today. They're going to be facing number 2.
I think that's Antonio Moran, one of their seniors.
Okay, Antonio Moran. First pitch in there for a strike, fouled off for a strike.
It is senior night for Midwood tonight. They had a little ceremony before the game. Ooh, big swing and a miss.
Strike 2. All right, Railsplitters looking to bounce back from a tough loss against Midwood earlier in the week.
Yeah, 5-4. So close.
Ball's tapped to the back to the mound, fielded by the pitcher, fires the first base in time. And Adani lost his helmet.
Yeah. As you might have expected if you've been watching our streams.
Score that 1-3. All right, that's going to bring up the second batter, number 10. Jaden Blanco Martinez.
Nice of the cheering section to give you a hint on his name if you didn't know it.
All right, he's waiting for the pitch. Ball's in there for a strike. Pitch is working from the stretch, first base side. Ball's in there high. Ball's in there for a strike, outside pitch for a strike. And the pitch. Strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. That's going to bring up number 8, Derek Blanco. We will bring you the fielding positions the next time around when we know where everybody's playing. All right, so the pitch is working from the first base side. Ball behind his back. Now sets at the waist and delivers. That one's in there high. High and inside. And the pitch. Swing and a miss outside. Gave him a little help there. Third baseman playing about 3 steps back from the bag. First baseman about 8 steps back. Middle infielders at double play depth. That ball's fouled off. First base side.
Ooh, there was a doink out there. Somebody's hood just got a new ornament.
Once again, pitcher working from the first base side. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Strike 3, 2 strikeouts for the senior pitcher. First bottom half of the frame.
Now, we don't usually get to make comparisons from one game to the other for away teams, but the first 3 batters last game were Elliot Ross, Antonio Moran, and William Copenny. Interesting to see how Midwood sets its lineup in game 2.
We will find out very shortly. Looks like Xavier Borges is going to be behind the plate today.
And it looks like we're getting Naziah Rosa on the mound.
Senior pitcher, Naziah Rosa, number 5. Featured on some of the posts in the Instagram posts today on ALHS.
Sure enough, Elliot Ross is standing on the left side of your frame there. He will be up first.
I have to be honest, Pete, we watched a lot of baseball this year. This young man's pretty impressive for a freshman.
Yeah, he went 2 for 5 last game with a pair of doubles and a pair of RBIs.
And came in and closed out the game to pitch. Definitely impressed with his play and his leadership for a young man. So today we have Derek Blanco in left field. David Marrero playing center, as he has all season long. And it looks like Diego Blanco is in right field. Jaden Blanco Martinez at third. Donnie Francis playing shortstop. Ramel Emmanuel Gonzalez playing second, and K9 closing him off at first base. K9 senior is going to call the catcher out to the mound. All right, last regular season game. We're going to give a nice cheer for each other. Pump each other up. Let's get after it. All right, Lincoln Railsplitters wearing their navy blue pinstripe uniforms, white pinstripes, blue numbers. Lincoln in script across the chest. Number also on the chest. Wearing the gray hats, navy blue bill.
I think this is a second away game we've gotten to stream for them this season.
And the gray cap. First pitch in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Nas.
It's got to feel good knowing that pitch goes right where you were planning on that very first throw.
Absolutely. Hopefully sets him up for a good outing. Second pitch is a little high. Yeah, umpires giving directions not to bang on the fence. Notice some of the umpires have made that part of their calling card. Borges sets up outside. The ball's foul, first base side. Nasdown steps off behind the rubber. Rubs the ball. Now he's facing in towards the mound. Ball swinging in his left hand. He has his ball set at the chest. Curveball in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. Wow.
Wow, did you see that thing drop?
Wow. Yeah, that was some curveball. Unbelievable. Great pitch. Great execution. All right, it's going to bring up the number 2 batter, Anthony Tejada.
Ross even took a second after he swung at that to be like, where did that ball just go?
Tejada's going to bat from the left-hand side. He stands towards the back of the batter's box. Nas looks in, working from the third base side. That ball's hit down the first baseline. Foul. Nice play by Midwood coach.
Pedro, you should be following that. We're still on the green. Your camera can get that. Wherever the ball goes, your camera follows.
Nas looks in, hand behind the back now. Waiting for a call. Sets at the chest. That ball's foul. First base side. Looks like the catcher has a play. Oh, in the dugout. Veteran first baseman K9 knew that was out of play. He kind of just took a couple steps and gave it a look. Borges was running towards the dugout, so good effort. All right, Nas leaning in, third base side. And the pitch. Curveball outside. Second baseman Ramel's playing pretty deep. K9's about 10 steps behind the bag. Third baseman is about 3 steps behind. Pretty far off the bag for Blanco Martinez. Set at the chest. Ball's low. Just missed. Not really much wind to speak of right now. Flags are not moving. Nas taking a step now behind the mound. Step behind, wiping off his hand, waiting for the signal. Third toe on, third base side. And the pitch. Hit, foul ball. First base side. Somebody's car? Ooh, sidewalk shot. Just made it over the fence. And Nas is working well. Good mix of pitches, balls, and strikes. Pretty good command today. He's getting the ball where he wants it. Ball just sets up low, and the ball comes in low. Strike 3. That's going to bring up number 22.
That's Celio Tolentino.
Nas working from the stretch, third base side. That ball's outside. Set up in the back of the batter's box. Midwood dugout, balking a little bit. Ball's fouled back in the screen. Picked up by Borges. Handed back to the ref. Umpire, excuse me. Nas likes that ball, so he asks for it back. Tolentino, open stance, now closes it a little bit. Goes in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. Solio didn't think so much.
Oh, I think he knew it when it came in, but he didn't think it was gonna hit where it did.
Yeah, beautiful pitch.
And by the time he knew he was getting the strike, he didn't have the time to get around on it.
Yeah, Nas is cooking today. That's another one in there for a strike.
Served him up the same thing.
Curveball, beautiful pitch. All right, nice work by Nas. 3 up, 3 down for the Railsplitters. 0-0 after 1 inning of play.
3 up, 3 down for both squads. I think we might have a pitcher's duel today.
Yeah, could be, could be. You never know what you might see in the huddle.
It's where all the action happens.
mean, today it really boils down to who's hungry, who's more hungry, who wants it the most. Who wants the Southeastern Division of Brooklyn High School baseball? Looks like K9's going to be coming up next. He's been the number 4 batter for most of the games, right, Peter? I believe almost every game.
Yeah, he's had that cleanup spot on lockdown all season long. This game really may come down to which team can burn through the starting pitcher first. I don't think we're going to see a lot of hits given up to either Moran or Rosa.
No, if they both keep pitching the way they're pitching, it should be a pitcher's duel, as you mentioned.
So it's going to depend on when we end up getting to the middle relief before we get to see some runs. If my prediction holds true, we'll see how it goes today.
We most certainly will. Okay, so as we mentioned, 3 up, 3 down. K9's going to step in now.
I don't want to put any undue pressure on Kamani Scott, but he did lead off with a ground rule double, a bomb to the fence in the game on Monday.
Yeah, he's hit the ball very hard at some points this season, so he's seen the ball well. Let's see how he sees it today. And the first pitch is in there for a foul ball. First base side. A lot of foul balls to the first base side today. Just a little late. K9 now, waiting for the pitch. Protects, fouls off. All right, now he's got to protect. Staying alive. Steps out of the batter's box, fixes shin guard. Now he steps back in. Pitcher toes back on. He's set at the waist and delivers. Ball's fouled back. Carbon copy the second pitch. First pitch. Pitch and foul. Same exact spot. All right, K9's trying to straighten it out now. He's saying straighten it out, straighten it out. Here we go. He straightened it out, just couldn't get it going forward. Keep his shoulder down and get that ball out and over the middle of the infield. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. That was wailed into the gap. Wow, beautiful play by the left fielder. Sliding catch by number 35. Kamani made great contact, just hit it to a place where Bryson Anderson could put a play on it. All right, that's going to bring up J.J. Fernandez, batting in the 5-hole today. First pitch is a ball. J.J. also can hit for power with an open stance. Fouled. Catcher and umpire getting beat up a little bit this inning. Both of them taking some fouls off their masks. Umpire's taking a walk for a second there. Taking a breather. Giving the catcher a minute, I believe. Yeah, just giving the catcher a minute. Now, Midwood coach comes out, checks on the catcher, make sure he's okay. I caught some high school baseball games myself. When you get hit with those foul balls in your mask, it definitely throws you for a loop for a second.
Yeah, they are not pleasant.
Many, many moons ago, I caught those games. All right, JJ's poised, and he's ready. Swing and a miss. All right, now he's got to protect. Pitcher's dealing today. Like you mentioned, Pete, it's going to be a pitcher's duel. He's got a couple strikeouts already. Number 20, Diego Blanco, right fielder. There's foul.
Popped up straight behind us.
Pitcher works first base side. Now he's set at the waist, then delivers. Strike. All of the Lincoln hitters just a little bit late today. Antonio Moran working fast from the first base side. And another strikeout. He's cooking. After 1.5 innings of play, score is still 0-0. So for the Railsplitters today, this is the only game that is being played for Lincoln Sports. We have the track team, boys and girls track teams out here practicing as they are most days. Midwood's got a couple of other events going on today. Obviously, the varsity team is here playing baseball today. It's a home game for them. They also have a varsity cricket match against Brooklyn International. Their co-ed golf varsity team has a three-way match against Fort Hamilton and Madison. And the girls varsity handball team for Midwood is also playing W.C. Bryant. And that's a playoff game. Actually, boys varsity and girls varsity have playoff games today. So that's the high school sports for Midwood today. And as I mentioned, this is the only game that Lincoln has going on today. Be looking forward to some softball and baseball playoff matchups next week. Hopefully we get a chance to do a game, Pete.
Yeah.
All right, so Nas is leaning in, and he's ready to pitch here in the second inning. First ball is in there low as he faces the catcher. Number 17, Michael Boville. Nas working from the third base side. Hand set at the chest. Boville fouls the ball off, first base side. So now Boville's looking out, not necessarily setting the batter's box. Nas holds the ball behind his back at the hip. Now he sets at the chest. Curveball did not curve. A little bit of break, but not quite enough. And Nas says, that ball's a dud, give me a new one. Can't grip that. Pitching coach hands the referee, umpire a couple more balls. And we're ready for action. Boville steps in. And Nas deals. Strike. Nice deceptive pitch. Now he's going to step off now. Collect his thoughts for a minute. Go through the signs again. He looks in. Glove folded over his knee. Now he's set at the waist. And deals. Strike. Very good. Borges throws the ball down to third. They whip it around the infield now. Get it back to Nas. I like when he steps off, takes that deep breath, collects himself, and then really delivers a great pitch. Impressive work by the young man today. Okay, that's going to bring up
Antonio Moran,
the pitcher, number 2, senior. As he waits for the first pitch. Nice pitch in there for a strike. Nas again, working from third base side, toe on, into his windup. Just outside. Borges tries to frame, but a little too much outside. All right, so now once again, he's taking that step around the mound, collecting himself, taking that deep breath, ball swinging, left hand. Outside. This game was originally supposed to be played yesterday, I believe, and then the rain had pushed it out today. Wasn't looking like it was going to happen earlier this morning, but here we are, 66 degrees, overcast day. Second inning action. Ball's hit hard down the third base line, over the third baseman's head. Blanco's going to chase it almost all the way down to the field house. He fires it in to the cutoff man. Moran is in there with a stand-up double. And that's going to bring up number 21, Rue Edelman. Edelman did a pretty decent job pitching against Lincoln the other day.
Yeah, Rui Edelman was just stellar on the mound for Midwood Monday.
Right, so Nas got a little distracted potentially by the runner at second base. He looked back at him and then kind of threw the ball short to home plate. Bounced past Borges off the fence. Runner was able to take third base. So now Edelman has a runner on third with nobody out. He's choked up on the bat a little bit. Nas looks in, third base side, set at the chest. Edelman's going to try to go for the squeeze, and the ball goes foul. Put the squeeze play on right away. One strike, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it again.
Yeah, if it had stayed fair, that would have been a great.
It would have been a perfect
Yeah,
play.
it easily would have scored the run and gotten him to first. So.
He was 3/4 of the way down the line before the ball even hit the bat. All right, let's see if they go for it again. K9 is about at the pitcher's mound. And it looks like Rue is going to swing away here. As I mentioned the other day, Midwood dugout has some decent energy. You know? They're trying to pump their guys up. They definitely have some interesting type of cheering going on for sure. Apple is in there for a strike. Beautiful. Textbook curve by Rosa. Center fielder pretty much playing straight away, shading left field side a little bit. Right fielder about halfway through right field. Another curveball in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. He's got that dialed in right now. Edelman down on strikes.
It's going to bring up number 34, Inez Gonzalez.
Our first look at Gonzalez this season. He hits the ball to the shortstop. Fields fires it to first base slowly. They get the out. No runs on one hit. 0-0. After 1.5 innings of play. All right. Railsplitters break out of their huddle in the back of the dugout. Today's games are being officiated by Robert Garcia. He is the home plate umpire. And Dan Wyatry is the other umpire, the field umpire today. He was behind the plate the other day.
Throw down to second. Takes a couple of extra hops.
Okay, so we're going to go from Gonzalez to Gonzalez. Ramel Emmanuel Gonzalez, today's second baseman, number 2, is going to be up at bat for the Railsplitters. He is the number 7 batter today. And Tony Moran has mowed them all down so far.
Hey,
I don't know about this one. This one's a slow roller to the shortstop. Field fired. The ball was thrown low, misplayed by the first baseman. And now Ramel is on second base with the missed throw. It was a slow roller, and that ball maybe had to get rushed a little bit. The freshman shortstop just kind of maybe rushed it a little bit, Elliot Ross. Threw it in the dirt. He's saying, my bad right now, my bad. He's telling the first baseman, number 88, my bad. All right, now the catcher, Xavier Borges, the X-Man, trying to be the X factor here. He bunts, shows bunt, offers bunt. Speed kills on the base pass.
Ramel safe at third.
Beautiful job stealing that base. All right, so the go-ahead run is just 90 feet away. All right, now they're chanting for Xavier. Good eye, ball outside. And the pitcher's working from the first base side into his windup. Ball's outside, just misses. Oh, he calls it a strike.
Yeah,
Okay.
just painted the corner.
Yeah, painted the corner. I was actually going to say it looked like it was a strike, so. Good,
Sure you were.
Good,
Nah.
consistent call by the umpire. No, I would be surprised
Yeah.
that it wasn't a strike, actually, because he's been calling that pitch. So that next pitch was high. Boy just has a pretty decent eye at the plate. You know, as a catcher, it kind of helps you be selective at the plate. Once again, another pitch in the dirt. Railsplitters with 2 base runners early And that's going to bring up everybody's favorite center fielder, David Marrero. David struggled a little bit earlier in the week, so let's see if he can turn it around here. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Xavier takes second base. Score that one, defensive indifference. And the lefty is ready. He's got 2 RBIs on the base paths for him right now. Once again, good eye. Midwood manager calls timeout. He's going to take a slow walk out to the mound, talk to his players. He has the entire infield out there. Coach Cruz is coaching up on the base paths. He's coaching Ramel on how he expects him to take his lead with the pitcher. Now he has his batter, his current batter, and his on-deck batter. Halfway through third base, talk to them. I'm wondering if he's telling them to take a pitch. Just wait for strikes. Seems like Moran is struggling a little bit right now. Not as dialed in as he was the first 2 innings. Nice pitch in there for a strike. So whatever was said was felt. Good try from Marrero to try to get that ball down. He was trying to bunt it down the third baseline, but it just tapped down straight down over the home plate and rolled back. Okay, Moran working first base side, toe on into his windup. Swing and a miss on Marrero. Struggles continue. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Donnie Francis. He grounded out to the shortstop his last at bat. That ball's a little high. That ball's hit down the first baseline, foul. Matthew Hahn gave it a thought, but let it roll. Okay, runners on second and third, 1 out. No wind to speak of. And that ball's high. Good eye by Francis. He stands pretty far up in the batter's box compared to most of the other batters that we've noticed. Borges with a really big lead at second. That ball's skied. Foul. It's going to be right here by us. Catcher makes the play right by the cage. And Tony Moran is pumped up. He's so excited. Tapped the catcher on the chest, said, "Thank you." All right, Moran's trying to work out of trouble here. He's facing Diego Blanco. He fouls the ball off as well. This one's fouled off out of play. Onto the sidewalk, right outside the fence. Jaden Blanco Martinez trying to get one of these runs in. And he steps up in the batter's box. Swing and a miss. Fastball in there for a strike. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I thought there was 1 out. I guess there was 2 outs.
Yeah, Marrero with the strikeout was the first, and then the pop foul. was the second.
All right, so the Railsplitters get something cooking, but dinner's not ready
They pull it
yet.
off the stove early.
Yeah, dinner's not ready yet. All right, Nas is going to come out, pitch again. Hasn't gone through the order yet. So. It's going to be the 8th batter for the Hornets when we see who it is. Nobody on the on-deck circle. They just broke out of their huddle. Nas is working his warm-up pitches. First base side. He's really working that curveball today, so hopefully he could really save it for when he needs it. Borges putting on the catching gear. He was on base paths, and he's pretty fast, so they're not going to take him off. Okay, who do we have? Number 35, Bryson Anderson, Jr. I believe Bryson's playing left field. And he takes the ball for the first pitch. Now stepped off. Now he's back on, first base side, toe on, hand behind the back. Now at the chest. Strike. Beautiful pitch. Now Nas looks in, gets the signal, and delivers for a strike. Foul between the catcher's legs. Diego Blanco was even with the bag. He's taking about 5 steps behind. K9's about 5 steps behind at first. The ball's hit to Blanco. He fields, drops it, collects, and then he holds. Man, he put himself in the perfect defensive position, but wasn't able to hold on to the ball. That 2 steps back was actually perfect positioning. All right, so the Hornets have 1 base runner on, nobody out for the first baseman, Matthew Hong. Hong is a senior on senior night. And he waits. Borges bluffs back to third. And as we get our first base runner, Pete, I realize that Nas has a really good move to first base. And I remember this. So I think the runner knows that as well because he does not really have a big lead. And I do expect Nas to go back over to first at some point because his move is so good.
Yeah, we've watched him throw people out there.
Nice, very good bunt by Hong. It's fired to first in time for the out. Good play by Nas. Looked like he was going to be late. Hong did the job, though. He moved the runner over. So now there's 1 out. Runner in scoring position for the leadoff batter, number 11, shortstop Elliot Ross. Ross looks down to third base. Third base coach getting the signals, just about ready to step in the batter's box. He gives you a shake. Seems like he may understand. Nas, hand swinging, left hand swinging with the ball. Looks back at second base. Continues to look back at second. Nobody's holding him on. A small lead, good job by Ross to call time. Now Nas never looked at the batter. He's still looking back at second. Still looking back at second. Now he looks in at the batter. He gets the signal. He looks back at second, and he delivers. Curveball that misses. And he's like almost staring directly into the eyes of the runner at second base. Looking back again. Ross steps in now. Back of the batter's box. Ramel's holding him on at second. The ball's low, off the umpire. The ball bounced off the umpire's shin guard and rolled forward for Borges, but too far away for him to make a play. So now Moran on third. That's going to move most of the infielders up to bring the ball home. Ramel is a little bit behind the bag. Everybody else is even, and now they're telling Ramel to move up. Very good by Francis. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. But Donnie Francis is playing field general. He's telling his players on the field where he wants them positioned. And he's still doing it. This is great. He's trying to get the energy up for them. Telling them, get ready, get ready. We're bringing the ball home if it comes. All right, now Nas has stepped off, hat off the head. Now, hand behind his back. Glove folded over his knee, sets it to chest. Umpire leans in. The ball's outside for a ball. Nas says, my bad. My bad. Donnie Francis with words of encouragement to the young pitcher. Once again, all infielders even with the bag. That ball, cold strike.
Count even, 2-2. Oh, full count, 3-2.
Ross is trying to shake those hips, trying to get that ball opposite field. Nas delivers. That ball's hit to the shortstop. Fields. Good play by Francis. He fielded the ball and ran towards the runner just to keep him home. To keep him at third base, not to prevent him from going home. He made a dive tag, but it was just a little too late. All right, now we're going to have a field position switch here. Diego Blanco Martinez is going to go play second base. Ramel has come over to play third. Runners on first and third. Number 37, Anthony Tejada, at bat. He struck out swinging the first at bat. That ball's in there for a ball, a little too high. Right now he's working from third base side. Tejada steps in, back of the batter's box. Runner with a small lead over at first and third, both very small leads. Scatter report is in for the pickoff move. There it goes to first. I don't know if he's setting something up there because we're just trying to keep that runner at first. He doesn't really have a big lead. Maybe he's just trying to catch him leaning. All right, Tejada steps back in. Third baseman even with the bag. First baseman holding on. Tejada offered bump, pulled back. Borges throws down to first. Once again, Ross doesn't really have a big lead, so I don't know why they're so concerned with him.
I think they're actually trying to draw the runner at third.
They're trying to draw the runner at third to come home. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. First base side, third base side, I'm sorry. Ball's a little bit low. 3 balls. Tejada thought he had a free base. He thought he was loading them up. Francis over to the mound. Talk to Rosa for a minute. Now Rosa stands behind the rubber, looking at some of the base runners, waiting for the batter to step in. Now the batter steps in. He steps on. Hand behind the back, waiting for the signal. No leads to really speak of on the base paths. Middle infield is double play depth. That ball's in there for a strike. Slow roller out of Borges' glove. First and third, no score. Ball's a little low. Borges is able to keep it close enough. That's going to load up the bases. Fosolio Tolentino. This time around, they got Tejada to chase a couple curveballs. Wasn't able to get that far ahead in the count this time around. All right, Coach Cruz is now out at the mound with his infielders, talking about where the ball's going to go, where it's hit, where it's going to go. Situational baseball. Midwood coaching staff is also doing their little bit of coaching. They're coaching up the base runner on first base. Head coach walked down the first base line. Talked to Tolentino right outside the batter's box. He's back by first. Okay, the Hornets have bases loaded. One out. Definitely looking for a double play ball here. Get him out of the inning.
Pitcher's best friend.
Double ground ball anywhere in the infield should do it. And the pitcher deals. Strike, ball, foul. Third base side. Tolentino hoping to straighten that one out. Bases loaded. 1 out. Score 0-0. No wind, no rain, no sun. And the pitch is inside. Coaching staff yelling out from the dugout. We have a double play. Both ways. Nas leans in. Now he's set at the chest. Borges pops up. The ball's hit right field. Looks like Diego has a play on it. He makes the play. The runner's going to tag. K9 Fields. The cutoff. Midwood scores 1 run on a sacrifice fly. So the runner from second advances to third. The runner from third advances home.
Runner on first stayed.
Looks like Lincoln appealed the tag play at second to no avail. Called safe by umpire Wyatry. And he did go to Nazareth, by the way.
Oh.
He did not go to Midwood.
Thank you for checking that out.
It hit me when I got home. That I just remember that his family was a Nazareth family. So, okay, the catcher is now in the batter's box. Midwood catcher. Number 17, Michael Boville. All right. Lincoln coaching staff is calling for no distractions. Get on the mound. Pitch to the batter. Don't worry about everything else around you. Let's get out of this inning. First and third. 1 out. Two outs, right? 2 outs?
Yes, 2 outs. There was the sack bunt from Hong,
And a
second
sac,
batter of the inning.
and a sac fly to right field. Tejada on first. Ross on third. Boville at the plate. Rosa deals, and it's a pick them off. Now they got a runner going home, and they're going to have a play at the plate, and he's out! Nice play by Borges. Very good play. Very good play by Borges. Elliot Ross is looking to argue the call, but he was out. He was out. Good play.
You mentioned that pickoff play to first. It's deceptive. You don't see it coming.
And they were baiting him into it. You said you'd mentioned, Pete, they're trying to set it up, and they actually did set it up. And they set it up very well. Had him picked off by a mile at first, and then as the ball went to first base, just came right back home for the out by Borges, the tag out play. Okay, so Lincoln gets out of that with only 1 run scored. Midwood currently has a 1-0 lead. Top of the 4th.
So we will see Michael Boville back at the plate eventually.
Yeah, he'll get back up again next inning with a fresh count.
Yep. But without the opportunity for RBIs all over the place.
I know Coach Cruz feels good about that.
Indeed.
All right, so the number 3 hitter, Derek Blanco. Number 8 will be first up at bat this inning. First 2 Lincoln batters up this inning, currently standing right outside the dugout. Trying to get the timing down on Moran. Pitching well today, Moran. All right, Lincoln's looking to break out here in the 4th. Coach Cruz is on the run to third base. Blanco is set up in the back of the batter's box. Now he steps out. Umpire had said something to him, not exactly sure. Catcher sets up outside. And he misses outside. Antonio Moran, ball behind his back. Now he's set at the waist. Toe on, first base side. That ball's blasted into the gap, and nobody is going to catch that ball. It is going to roll to the warning track. Derek is on his way around third base, and he's going to stand up with a stand-up triple, a lead-off stand-up triple. That ball was blasted into the gap. Wow. 2 or 3 hops. It was on the warning track. What a shot. All right. That's the hit that Lincoln was looking for. A way to open up an inning. K9 just has to make contact now. All he has to do is put the ball in play. Hits the ball anywhere to the outfield should be enough to get Derek Blanco across the plate.
Doesn't even need to be a hit.
Nope, just has to put it in play. All right, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Not that Kamani needs the help, but we'll take it. That ball's strike. He's called that pitch a strike all day long. Coach Cruz coaching up big time at third base. Talking to Derek. That ball's inside. Scott stepped away from that one. That ball's outside. So Antonio Moran's losing a little bit of control here, not as dialed in as he was earlier in the inning, or earlier in the game, I should say. First base side, swing and a miss by Scott.
That was the pitch he wanted.
Ooh, he wished he could have that one back, I'm sure.
Good pitch to swing on. He just couldn't make contact.
He's got 2 strikes now. He needs to protect. The ball's hit to the second baseman. He fields. Fires to first base for the out. But K9 gets that RBI. And the Railsplitters tie it up 1-1. One run scored by the hit of the first baseman. Like I said, anywhere in play would be enough to get the run across.
That's it. That was the goal, and he did it.
All right, so it's a new ball game. JJ Fernandez steps in. Moran's working fast, but not as effective as he was earlier in the game. All of the infielders are playing pretty deep depth. We know JJ has power. There's a gimme strike there. Javier's ready. Wasn't giving him that one. And we know JJ, as I mentioned earlier, we know he has power. He can hit for power. Just gets out of the way of that one.
Nope, I think it grazed his front.
Oh, okay. Railsplitters want base runners, so we'll take them anywhere we can get them. Diego Blanco getting some instructions now from the coaching staff right outside the batter's box. All right, the right fielder's going to step in now. He's going to bat from the right-hand side. Moran has been on the rubber the whole time. He's ready to go. Now he's set at the waist. Ball's in the dirt for a strike. Coach Cruz telling JJ what he expects of him here. Small lead for JJ at first. Secondary lead is big. The ball's off the back of the cage, and he's going to get to second easily. Might not have been as easily as we thought it was going to be.
He slowed down thinking it was going to be easy, and Midwood almost made him pay.
He almost made him pay. Yeah, I would have not liked to see Coach Cruz's reaction. Right now, you can see his reaction. He's not too happy, but he's telling JJ to get to third base. This is where we need you. All right, Diego's got the bat up high. And he fouls the ball off first base side. Good cut. Good cut. He's seeing the ball well. He's getting rewarded with some playing time. JJ with a decent lead off second. Diego hits the ball into the gap, and he was holding the runner on. Oh, he was holding the runner on, so he was out of position to make the play. He had to run to get to the ball, running away from him, away from where the play needed to be made. So he just didn't have enough to turn his body back around and get the ball to first base. JJ had a decent lead running to third and running on contact, so there was no play at third as well.
Good base running by JJ.
Great base running and a really decent piece of hitting by Diego Blanco, taking what they gave him. Sometimes that's the smartest thing, to just take what they give you. But it's not as easy as said.
But similar to the bottom of the third there, the runner made first only because of the runner trying to get for third. That made all the difference.
All right, so Lincoln Railsplitters have something cooking here in the fourth inning. They've scored the tying run. They have the go-ahead run on first. Excuse me, the go-ahead run on third. So we got runners on first and third. For Ramel Emmanuel Gonzalez. Hits the ball up the middle to the second baseman. He said he shovels it to the
and they get him.
Stop, and they make the play at first. They got the double play, but the damage is done. Lincoln ties up the game. It's 1-1 after 4 innings of play.
3.5.
3.5 innings of play. I'm getting mixed up thinking it's a home game. No home game. 3.5 innings of play. Bottom of the fourth. It's a 1-1 bowl game.
And Christian Miranda is going to take over on the mound for the Railsplitters.
So a very good job by Rosa to keep Midwood to only 1 run. Now Miranda's going to come on and pitch. Looks like he's got some decent energy right now. So ball's popping into that mitt. Looks like as Peter had mentioned, Michael Boville is going to come back out, the number 4 hitter, catcher. He's going to come back out to bat here. All right, Miranda gets the ball from Ramel, daps him up, and we're ready to play. K9's about 2 steps behind the bag, 6 steps off. First pitch is in there for a strike. A high pitch that Boville swung at, missed. Fastball. Miranda works fast, and he's working from the center. Don't see too much of that in this high school sports right now. That pitch was high. Settle in and bring it down, Christian. He's working from the full windup. Center. Very good pitch. In there for a strike. Borges set up low, and the ball was delivered low. Center fielder Marrero plays slightly towards left field. And Miranda deals. That ball's strike 3, curveball, beautiful pitch. Lincoln whips it around the infield, back to Romel. Miranda's got it. Oh, he stands behind. As he looks in at Midwood today, Midwood's starting pitcher today, Antonio Miranda, number 2. Nice pitch. Miranda's first offering to the second batter is in there for a strike. From the full windup, closer to the first base side. Another pitch, another strike. Swing and a miss. Miranda's working fast. Miranda's in the back of the batter's box, and he swings and misses. Overpowering pitching right now by Miranda. Very impressive.
That brings up Rui Edelman again.
He struck out looking his first at bat. That pitch is a little high. Now Miranda's getting closer to the first base side. Good eye by Edelman. And I think he's chipping away right now. He's trying to work the corners, not give him anything right over the plate. So he's doing what they're asking him to do. Edelman's not chasing it. That one he put a swing on, but he was a little late. Fouled off first base side. Okay. Once again, Miranda working fast. First base side, full windup. And that one misses. Big breath collection time. No runners on, and the pitch is in for a ball. So Edelman on with the base on balls. Inez Gonzalez steps into the batter's box. Edelman with a decent lead off first. K9's holding him on. Miranda looks down over his shoulder and delivers the pitch home. Foul. First base side. All right, Miranda's behind the rubber, looks over at first, no lead. Now Edelman takes the lead, he's running. The ball is thrown by Borges on a bounce. It's a little too late. Edelman had a good jump. He was going, Miranda was just starting his windup, he was already on his way, so would have been tough to throw him out there. All right, now Miranda's gonna work from the stretch. Ball swinging, right hand, now set at the waist. Curveball in there for a strike 3. Beautiful work by Miranda.
It's a way to make sure that stolen base doesn't matter.
Shut him down with the curveball. Okay, so nice job by Miranda. Keep Midwood at bay.
Top of the 5th inning, tied at 1 here in Coney Island.
For the division. This game could very well mean a home playoff game for one of these teams. So there is a lot at stake here. Have to assume there's a youth baseball game going on after this today. Maybe there's a whole bunch of little guys in the dugout today. It's good to see. This Railsplitters squad is comprised of mostly young players. We had a nice conversation with Coach Cruz about that the other day. Just try to set the tone for success, sustained success over the next couple of seasons with this young group of players, and bringing in some young players behind them as well. So they have a plan in place. I'm happy that we can share in their wealth a little bit here and bring these games to you. And Pete, I didn't really get the chance to look, but I noticed that the Midwood's game from the other day had over 400 views yesterday.
I mean, we're popular sport going on here.
Backed by popular demand. I'm not sure about I wanted to get to that today to see how many views some of the other games have had, but 400 is a decent number for a high school baseball game for sure. Okay, Antonio deals, Borges offers and misses to the call of strike one. All right, Moran back out to work the fifth. He's ahead on the first batter. Whoa.
I thought that was
wow. Yeah, that was
outside.
That was kind of in the batter's box. Maybe it broke a little bit. Oh, check that one. Hit hard. Oh, and dropped by the third baseman. Let's see if Borges can beat it out. He's out. He should have ran through that. I hate to see these guys all sliding into first base. Much too much sliding into first base. Borges is not happy right now. Might have had a better chance if he ran through the base. To talk to the coaching staff about that, if that's what they're looking for or how they will feel about those plays. Put that on my list for conversations with the coaching staff in the off season. I'm not going to question them during the season. All right, Marrero is in there. He takes a strike for the first pitch. Moran's working fast. Marrero fouls it off. Decent contact. He just missed that one. All right. He's happy with that contact. Let's see if he can straighten that out. Bat on ball. Let's go, David. And the pitch. Hit up the middle to the shortstop. Not happy with it, but he'll take it. Again, sliding into the base at first. Good hustle by Marrero. Better than his last couple of bats. Nice contact, couple of pitches there. Hopefully he can straighten that out, taking that into the playoffs next week. Okay, the leadoff batter now. Donnie Francis from the left side takes one right in the middle of the back.
Not the way we want our base runners, but
again, like I said, we want base runners. We'll take them any way we can. I wonder if that was a little business there because he just kind of threw it right at him. Stone face. Didn't really feel too good about it. Didn't feel too bad about it, excuse me. Oh, you know Francis is stealing. He's going right away. Blanco Martinez takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Grooves right over the inside corner of the plate. Marrero bluffs. Pitch out for no reason. Catcher jumped up, was ready to throw. Donnie had him fooled. He bluffed. Now he's going to go. And he's gone. That ball's hit and run was on.
And he'll go back.
And his helmet's in between the base pads.
You got to put a clip on that or something.
Have to tether that to him. Okay. Blanco has to protect now. Francis is going to be going again. He's gone. Blanco protects. Did not look happy that he had to swing at that, but Francis is on his way back. He's getting his workout in. back on first. Back to the lead again. Back to trying to get in this pitcher's head, and he's gone. And the ball's hit to the third baseman. He fields, fires the ball to first.
That'll do it.
For the third out. So the Railsplitters strand one. And it's a 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. Miranda is going to come back out and pitch to Borges for his 2nd inning. So as I walked in today, I asked Copenny how his leg was. You know, he had that hamstring pull like the other day at the end of the game. He brushed it off, said he's fine. Seems like he'll be ready for next week. As you mentioned, though, you won't see him this week. Even out of abundance of caution, you wouldn't put him out on the field today unless you really, really wanted home field in the playoffs. Okay, so no defensive changes for the Railsplitters. The same defensive alignment as how they finished the last inning. As I mentioned, Blanco moved from 3rd to 2nd. Gonzalez moved from 2nd to 3rd. K9 will always be at first, at least the remainder of this season, as he's a senior. I think he's pretty much played first base almost every inning aside from 1 or 2 innings this season. Okay, that's going to bring up number 35, the left fielder, Bryson Anderson. Bottom of the order for Miranda in the 5th. The ball's hit up the middle. Francis has a beat on it, but he drops it. Francis was moving from left to right. And just misplayed the ball as he tried to gather it. That's going to give the Hornets a leadoff base runner for the senior first baseman, number 88, Matthew Hong.
Hong put down a fantastic sacrifice bunt his last at bat.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again here.
Miranda's got a nice little flick towards first there.
He's got a very quick move. Very good for a righty. Excellent move for a righty. And his move to 3rd is amazing. Swing and a miss. Borges throws down to 1st. Just misses. 0 balls. 1 strike to Matthew Hong. Small lead at first. The ball's rocketed foul. He got all of that one. Now Miranda steps off behind, looking at the ball, talking to himself, rubbing it down. Now he's heel on, first base side, small lead, first base. K9's holding him on. From the stretch. Pitches upstairs. He might have a play at second base.
They got him.
Great job by Borges. Man, he's got a cannon. Holy cow. It was a slow pitch, and he just put a beautiful throw right exactly in the place where it needed to be. Guns down, Bryson Anderson. All right. 1 out for the Railsplitters. Matthew Hong, senior first baseman, rests the bat on his shoulder. Now it's up a little bit higher. Miranda into his windup. The ball is over Hong's head, and he doesn't even move. Just stays right there. A breakless breaking ball. All right. Borges sends out the signal. Miranda steps on. Shading his face with his glove. Now he's into his windup. Swing and a miss by Hong. Strike 3. And that's going to bring up the top of the order. Number 11, the freshman, Elliott Ross. Reached on a fielder's choice his first at bat.
Last at bat.
Oh, last second
Yeah,
at bat. I'm sorry.
Both pitchers struck out their opening batters.
That's right. That's right. So Miranda deals. And that one misses, a little short. Ramel is about 3 steps behind the bag at third. Middle infielders at double play depth. Kamani Scott about 6 steps back at first. The ball's hit to the shortstop. He fields.
Yeah, he's not going to make that mistake
first.
twice.
Well, he didn't really have to move too much for that one, so he was kind of in perfect position. Okay, so no runs for the Hornets. Railsplitters are rallied behind the dugout, talking to Coach Cruz and Coach Ebed. Coach Cruz trying to pump up the guys now, get them going here. This is the time you want to strike now. Moran is going to come back out and pitch again. He has been pretty effective, so.
What's up? How many rounds?
Oh, it's the top of the 6th.
Moran is going to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters from the rail splitting squad. Number 8, Derek Blanco will be the first batter here in the 6th. So, Railsplitters bats kind of quiet today. Haven't really broken out yet, but looking to break out here in the late stages of the game. Moran, toe on, first base side, hand behind the back. Now he sets at the waist. That first pitch is in there low, bounces right at the catcher's foot. Moran, once again, working fast. Toe on, first base side. Blanco in the batter's box, towards the back, close to home plate. Good eye. Taking a pitch that could be called a strike, but it was not.
Yeah, we saw one like that called a strike.
Well, maybe this one might have been a little lower than another one, but nonetheless, good eye by Derek. Again, a lot of encouragement coming out of the dugout from the coaching staff. We know that this kid can hit. Takes a strike. He was taken all the way.
As one does on the 3-0.
Not always. I've seen some of these guys swing away when they get the green light. And that one, he got the green light. He hit the ball directly to the shortstop. Fields fires to first base in time for the first out. And now Midwood will throw it around the infield a little bit. And that's going to bring up the senior first baseman, Kamani Scott. Looking for his second hit today.
Scott with the lone RBI for the Railsplitters today.
Looking to make it 2.
He's got the power, but will he find the pitch?
Hit the ball very hard to left field the last time. A great play by the center fielder. He tried to hit it there again, but he missed. Pitch is working, first base side, hand behind the back. Now he's set at the waist and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Nice low pitch by Moran there. He's got that composure back that he had earlier. Scott hits the ball foul. Right past Coach Cruz. Good contact, solid contact. Just looking to straighten it out now. Moves up in the batter's box. Up and in. And Moran sets at the waist. Fouled, straight back. Right above our head, a little further back. I think the umpire is saying 2-2, I believe. Good eye by K9, not chasing. Now it's 2-2. That was 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 6th inning action. And the ball's hit hard over the third baseman's head. It's going to roll to the left fielder, and he's going to get into second base with a sliding in double. And he's happy.
So is Coach Cruz, I imagine.
I wouldn't say so. Now that's it. Now JJ just needs to put the ball in play. Get this one over to third base. As we mentioned, every time he comes up to bat, Javier has power. And when he puts the bat on the ball, it flies. Let's see if he can do it right now. This is the time.
And Kamani Scott's got some speed. Given the right opportunity, he might go for third.
The only downside, Beauville has a pretty decent arm. So, you know.
Yeah, you got to wait for the right pitch. You can't go on anything.
Anything that gets away right now from Beauville, you're going to see Scott take third for sure. All right, Javier Fernandez with the open stance. Good eye. Takes the ball inside. K9's not really taking any kind of lead at second. He's just kind of maybe extending the lead now a little bit. Secondary lead is decent. Now he's back to second base. Pitcher Moran is not really paying too much attention to the runner at second. I mean, they're not holding him on, so it's not really any reason. Toe on, first base side. JJ bends down. And he takes a strike. He was taken all the way. Moran has not stepped off that rubber. He's toe on, first base side. Hand behind the back. Now he's set. Kamani takes a step back, now forward. JJ swings and misses. Not happy with himself. Not happy with that miss. But stay with it, JJ. A little choked up on the bat. Step back in the batter's box. Telling Moran where he wants it. Then he hits the ball high, skied, foul. Called off the first baseman, caught by the second baseman. Nice play by Anthony Tejada at second base. JJ's walking back from his at-bat pissed right now. Maybe he'll get another chance. All right, number 20. The right fielder, Diego Blanco. Blanco with a runner in scoring position. Batting from the right-hand side. facing the righty. Takes a pitch for a strike inside. Shortstop kind of holding Kamani on. Now he steps back. Pitch missed. Kamani Scott saying something to the umpire. Second baseman's kind of holding him on. Lincoln dugout with a little bit of energy right now. And Diego swings and misses. Kind of flailed at that one. Maybe wanted to stop swinging about halfway through. But Moran had him fooled. Right. The pitch. Kamani's going. And the ball's hit up the middle. He's going to score on this. Because he was going, he's going to score. And he's across home plate with the go-ahead run. He limps across home with the go-ahead run. Looks like he might have hurt his ankle as he stepped on home plate. That's not good. Scott. Oh, looks like he just cramped up. Okay, thank goodness. His legs getting stretched out right now. Nice piece of hitting by Diego Blanco. The coach staff pulled the right call today and have him in the lineup.
And good base running by Scott.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Ramel. Foul. Ramel Emmanuel Gonzalez. He stepped up, way up in the batter's box. Diego with a small lead at first. The ball's pitched inside, hit inside, swung, fouled the ball off.
That looked like he could have just left it and would have hit him.
Yeah.
It was so inside.
I mean, he's noticed the last couple of games. He's very inside, and he does not move. He stays there. And that is some type of time being called by the umpire. I guess there's a baseball on the field. Good jobs by the umpires recognizing that there was a ball. Blanco with pretty decent lead, all first base. And Ramel, like I said, way up in the batter's box. Another one, foul. He's ahead of these pitches. It's almost like he knows what's coming. Blanco with a big lead at first. Maybe too much of a lead. Pitcher Moran working toe on. First base side, hand behind the back. Sets at the waist and delivers. The ball's fouled. Third base side. Ramel has 2 hits today. A double, a single, and a stolen base.
Who has?
Ramel, does he have 2 hits?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I have him at second base. I'm sorry. So he has 1 hit.
Diego has 2 hits.
Only 1?
Yeah.
Okay. I know Ramel has 1.
Yeah,
and
Ramel
a stolen
had
base.
His last at bat, unfortunately, hit into that double play.
Ah, yes. Okay, I didn't make a note of that. My bad.
Stranded a couple of runners.
Oh, let's see if he can
Railsplitters.
get one in now. Oh. I don't think there's any scare tactics there. It's just a breaking ball that didn't break. The ball's hit back to the pitcher. He fields it. He's going to underhand it to the first baseman for the 3rd out. But the damage is done. Lincoln scores 1 run and takes the lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it here. Bottom of the 6th. Lincoln currently has a 1-0 lead. Christian Miranda, the sophomore slinger, is back out on the mound.
Just a reminder, this is a home game for Midwood, so they will be up.
2 more at bats. Let's see if Miranda has the juice to shut them down. Like to hear that pop on the mitt, that's for sure. Sounds great.
Elliot Ross is warming up from Midwood on their sideline for potential relief pitcher.
And as I mentioned earlier, I was very impressed by the play of that young man the other day. For a freshman, he looks like he's a little bit more than that.
Anthony Tejada will lead off. Strikeout and a walk so far today.
All right. Miranda's going to work from the full windup, first base side, to the lefty. That ball's in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. Rumel's even with the bag at third. Middle infielders, double play depth. Kamani's about 6 back, 6 off. And Miranda deals. The ball's hit hard to the second baseman. He fields and fires to first base for the out. Incredible positioning by Blanco Martinez. He was in the right place at the right time. The ball was hit very hard, but right to the defender. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Solido Tolentino. Solio, excuse me. Yeah. Now Miranda moves a little bit closer to the center. Ball's foul back. Right here in the cage. Miranda's working from the full windup. Fouled off the label. Right off the handle. Jammed them up. 0 balls, 2 strikes for Miranda. Shakes off the first call. Now he's into the windup. Curveballs rocketed into left field. Blanco's got a play on it. Oh, 1 step away. Ball's foul. Derek Blanco about 1 step away from making a catch. Maybe 2 steps. Donnie Francis jumping around out there at shortstop position. He wants the ball to be hit to him. It's almost hit to him. It is hit to him. Fields fires the ball to first base in time for the out. Nice stretch by Kamani Scott over there at first base. All right, so Ramel had a great jump on the ball, but he actually just let it pass and let Francis make the play on the ball. It is Francis's play, so. If Donnie makes that play, it's a lot easier for him because he's catching the ball and going towards first base in that motion. All right. Miranda, once again, impressive this season. He's facing Bowville. Catcher sets up in the back of the batter's box. Miranda's working from the stretch. Foul. First base side. Card enter. Nothing.
Kamani Scott still looking pretty ginger in his walk.
Yeah, he's cramping up over there, but they want his defense. They need his defense on the field. Trying to win the division today. Pitch is outside for a ball. Xavier Borges looking over into the dugout. Waiting for the call. Now the call's in from the dugout to the catcher, from the catcher to the pitcher, and the pitch is fouled off. Bowville staying alive. Tough at bat. Tough at bat for the senior here. He's making Miranda work for it. Strike. There we go. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. All right, so the Railsplitters will come up for their last licks.
Credit to Christian Miranda. He is absolutely killing it out there today.
Yeah, like I said, he's pitched very well throughout the season. And he's been impressive.
He is by himself on the bench. You just missed it before the camera got there. They were treating him like, royalty. Just leave him alone out there.
Yeah. Let him be in his own space right now. Let him be in his own head. He's going to come back out, close this game out for them.
And he still is. You can see him sitting just at the end of the fence there.
Yeah. As the players came over to the bench, he left the bench and went to his own bench. Okay, so as you mentioned, Midwood's going to send out their freshman closer, Elliot Ross, to pitch the 7th inning. Railsplitters are hoping they can jump on him a little bit better than they did the other day.
Yeah, they would love an insurance run here.
Yeah, they couldn't really touch him the other day. So if they can get bat on ball right now, they'll be happy. Well, looks like football practice is just broken up. See the football coaches strolling through. As usual, athletic director Ebed on the sidelines for all the sporting events. She supports her players and coaching staffs to the most. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for the Railsplitters here. Ishmael Grant. Grant had some decent at-bats in the last game, so I like this move right now by the coaching staff, trying to reward the senior for his hard work throughout the season. He's going to come up here and try to show the coaching staff what he has. Build upon his average. Ishmael's going to bat for the catcher, Xavier Borges. And he takes a strike. The freshman deals. And ball's in the dirt. Tells the catcher, my bad. Regular depth for all the infielders. Center fielder shading slightly towards left field. Right fielder shading to the left a little bit as well.
Big swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Grant sets up, back of the batter's box. The freshman takes a deep breath before he delivers. Outside for a ball. And Grant swings, fouls off the ball. Ooh, catcher caught that one. Not exactly sure where, but by his reaction, it might be where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, there should be a cup there, but can only do so much.
Can only do so much, yes. Nice job by the umpire to give the catcher a minute here again. Just giving him a minute, catch his breath, compose himself. Now the coaching staff is tending to him behind home plate. Just needs a minute to gather himself here. It's unpleasantries of baseball. He said something to make the umpire laugh because he's got a big smile on his face. Good chuckle. Freshman pitcher now has come in, checking on his catcher, make sure he's all right. Yeah, he runs back out to the mound now. So the third baseman is about even with the bag at third. Middle infielders, normal depth. First baseman as well. I think it's a 2-2 count, I think. Definitely 2 strikes. Freshman gives the nod. And he deals. The ball's outside for a ball. Catcher Boville still kind of laboring a little bit. Probably not feeling so well, but their other catcher has a hamstring injury, so he's got to stay in there. And now, Railsplitters dugout's bringing the energy. Swing and a miss. Good cut. Right idea. That's going to bring up the center fielder, David Marrero. Number 3. David's looking to get involved in the offense today. And his guys are cheering him on. Freshman delivers. That ball's hit hard. Looks like it's going to be foul down the third base line, just out of play. Once again, Morel's got to be happy with the contact, just needs to straighten it out. Keep the confidence. Keep the ice in the veins.
Dom, over here, Dom. Grayson, over here, Grayson.
And the freshman now steps on, heel on, first base side. Marrero's in the middle of the batter's box, poised and ready to go. That pitch is outside. Good job trying to frame by Boville, but wasn't that close. Wasn't close enough. All right, Marrero is ready. Swing and a miss. Good cut. Just looking to make contact. Just looking to make contact. Put the ball in play. Rivero waits. The pitch is high. In there for a ball. Lincoln currently clawing to a 2-1 lead here in the final inning. Nobody on for Marrero as he waits for the pitch from the freshman. And it's in the dirt. Good eye.
It's one thing Marrero has been great at is his field vision on these pitches. He takes balls very well across the plate. Midwood has pitched him very aggressively these past 2 games.
Yes, they have.
He has not had the opportunity to see too many balls cross in front of him.
No, he had a good eye there. He's very selective up there. And he's excellent with his pitch selection. Just having trouble getting off the snide right now. Let's see if he can do it here. Good job calling time. Step out, take a breath. Throw the pitcher off of his rhythm for a second. All right, Marrero steps back in. Ross steps back on. Now he's set at the chest. Marrero takes a strike 3, and he knew it the whole time. I'm sure he was saying, why did I look at that pitch? All right, so Marrero goes down again. Another strikeout today. And he'll hope for better returns next week. All right, the leadoff batter, number 1, Dottie Francis, steps in. Shortstop, batting from the right side. Ball's in there low. Francis hits the ball hard to the right fielder, makes the play in the right field. Ball was caught by number 34, sophomore, Inez Gonzalez.
And we move to the bottom of the 7th.
Last licks for Midwood. Okay, the Railsplitters break out of their huddle behind their dugout. They have their best team on the field. They need 3 more outs to win the division. Here in Coney Island today.
Christian Miranda still on the mound. Sebastian Marte is getting some warm-up pitches in.
Yeah, keep them ready just in case you need somebody.
That's it.
I know the coaching staff has the confidence in Miranda to close this out here. They're bringing him out for that reason. He's pitching very well. He just has to stay within himself and deliver the ball over the plate. Midwood's going to send up the middle of their order, 5, 6, 7 hitters. Today's starting pitcher, number 2, Antonio Moran, will lead off. All right. The lights have turned on here at 2800. Overcast night. First time we're seeing the lights for a baseball game this season. think they clicked on towards the end of one of the games earlier in the season. But the game was over already. All right. Oh, wow. Big hugs on the mound. These guys are ready. Let's see if Coach Cruz's men can make this hold up. Diego Blanco very deep at second base. It's almost playing short right field. Donnie Francis also deep at shortstop. First pitch is in there for a ball. Miranda's telling himself, down, down, put it down. I want it down. All right, Miranda works. First base side, heel on. That's in there for a strike. Beautiful pitch. 1-1. And Tony Moran is a senior. Very well may be his last regular season at bat. He's got 2 strikes against him now. Miranda's looking into the dugout. Still looking into the dugout. Now he steps on. Set at the waist. Curveball misses. Just misses. Again. Walks around the mound. Collects himself. Hand on the hat. Face over the glove. Glove over the face.
Yeah, one of those.
2 of those. Ball's fouled off. Come on, he's got to play on it. Oh. Hits the bench.
I feel pained watching Kamani run. He is, it's just a cramp, we hope.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he tweaked something out there, so hopefully it's nothing major. I don't think it's too major because I don't think they keep him out there for the rest of the season.
When he's walking, he seems like he does all right, but the moment he tries to put a little speed in it, he's definitely hurt.
All right, Miranda's into his windup. The ball's hit to the right field. Looks like Scott's going to make the play. And he makes the play. It's going to bring up number 21, Rue Edelman.
Rui had a strikeout and a walk on the day.
Rui is also a senior, and he hits the ball to third base. Fields fires to first, and he's out.
Nice job by Kamani. Ramel pulled him off the bag, but he kept his foot on just enough.
Yeah, the Midwood's first base coach is appealing to the home plate umpire, and he's out. Okay. It looked like there might have been a change of a call there. The home base umpire had come up and just kind of stood his ground at the baseline. All right, nice job by Kamani. So last time around, Ramel left that ball for Donnie Francis, and this time he made sure he was going to get the out. All right, so the Midwood Hornets are currently down to their last out. They're going to send up the number 7 hitter, Inez Gonzalez, the right fielder. He takes a strike.
Inside corner.
Nice pitch by Miranda. And Miranda into his motion. The ball's fouled back. All right, time for a Bronx cheer. Midwood Hornets down to their last strike. Lincoln Railsplitters can taste the Southeast Division. It's right there for their grasp. They need one more out. They need one more strike. And that one's not going to be the one. Ball was high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Christian Miranda trying to close out the season for the regular season for the Railsplitters with a division win. That one's high as well. Again, Miranda's telling himself, down, down, I want it down. Coaching staff's telling him, bring it down, get it down. Steps off, adjusts his hat behind the mound. Deep breath time. Francis is moving his third baseman over. Miranda's shaking off the first pitch. He likes the second call. Can he execute? Yes, he can. Foul. Just needs to execute one more. The bright lights are on. Can Lincoln grasp the moment? The pitch. Foul. Cardenter. Sounded like it. Okay. Now Miranda's going to walk around the mound again. Deep breath. Look up at the sky. Glove over face. Now the pitch. Strike 3! The Railsplitters win. They win the game. They win the division. Congratulations to Coach Cruz and his players.
Congratulations to everyone on that Railsplitters squad. What a win. 2-1. Great base running, great defensive plays. What a game to see. They're getting line up here for the final hand slap. Any final thoughts, Adam?
Well, it's just an all-around gem, and congratulations to the Lincoln Railsplitters on winning the Southeast Division. We look forward to playoff matchups coming up in the next couple of weeks. And it's been a pleasure being with you here with you all season long, Pete. Thank you to Athletic Director Ebed. Thank you to all of the Lincoln Media crew that works these games. You guys did a tremendous job, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this.
Yeah, we've got Hugo and Lamel up in the box. We had Pedro here earlier. It's been a great game. It's been a great season. Seeding for playoffs will happen this Sunday. We should know what's happening by Monday as far as who's got what games. We're expecting the first playoff round on Wednesday next week. So that might be right here.
We hope to bring you some baseball and softball action playoff baseball and softball action next week. PSL, grant us a game.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And as always, thank you to my wonderful wife for always supporting my media habits. We'll see you next time.